Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Logan and I appreciate you checking in. Just wanted to give a little bit of an update. I'm here at the Springfield yard. If you remember my last video, if you happened to watch it, I had to come into the yard so that I could do my sleep study, apparently. Well, I had to come in an hour earlier because they wanted to redo my DOT, which I had already done in my home state. Sorry if you can hear my dog eating. But they wanted to redo it because when I handed in what my state gave, my weight indicated that I might need to be checked for sleep apnea. And what they do is, apparently, is they'll have you redo a DOT and get checked by their doctors downstairs, and then they can verify whether or not you need, So I went ahead and I got a new DOT. Thankfully, that one's good for 2 years. I have hypertension, I guess. I haven't been able to afford my medication over the past year and a half. I've been using my money for getting out of debt and paying my bills and such. And also I had not the greatest dispatcher before that caused me to be just a poor person. If you've seen any of my last videos, you already know what's going on with that. I'm not under that same dispatcher. And for anyone that's new, I have a new dispatcher. So far, so good. But anyways, when I did my DOT in Michigan, my blood pressure and everything was like perfect health. And I thought, okay, well, maybe that was just a fluke for the morning or something. So when I came here, the same thing. It was the same. It was just great blood pressure. And so I was talking to the doctor. I let her know what I just told you. And so I think that was proof enough that I've been over a year without using this medication. Actually, it's been 2 years. And my blood pressure is fine. Now, when I was diagnosed with hypertension, I was almost 300 pounds. And I'm only 5'7", so I'm a little short guy, and that was pretty big around. I'm still pretty big. I weighed in at 222 today, but I'm not, 295 where I was before. So, when you lose weight like that, you can potentially rid yourself of those type of things. And she said that if you continue on this trend of losing weight the next time you come back, which my point was, instead of 1 year, I got 2 years for the DOT, then she can keep them off my back, because I could have chose to do it if I wanted to, but I don't want to be sitting there trying to sleep. I don't think I need it. I sleep just fine. I wake up rested. I didn't used to, but that was when I was bigger, right? She measured my neck and everything, made sure all these different things. The only point it gets me was my body fat percentage is a little high. It's was it 35% body fat, which is obese. But with all my other factors, she said she didn't believe me to be a risk. Oh, you okay there, buddy? And I said, well, if I don't have to do the testing, I don't want to do it. That's more money out of my pocket. At least I think I would have had to pay for it. I didn't have to pay for the DOT because I hadn't been here with Prime for a year yet. So March 1st will be my year. So not too far off, but that was really a relief because I didn't want to have to pay for another DOT when I literally just had it done. But it's good for 2 years now, so I'm really happy about that. I had a really good checkup. Not much else I can say about that. But another thing, I was like, oh, cool, because I'm here also to get my APU fixed because it's not working properly. And there's also a tri-pack recall, something about the tri-pack, which is the APU out there. So there must be something faulty on it. I know I'm not the only one having the issue. I've watched a video by the Peruvian trucker. It's probably a couple weeks old now, where he was talking about having to get his APU fixed, and it was like the fuel pump or something was out. And the issues I'm having sounds like that. And I told the guy what my issues are with it. The only other thing I didn't tell him, and I'll tell them when I get in the bay for my appointment, is that there's like a LED screen inside. I have like one of the newer ones, and most of the time when I turn it on, it's just a lit up black screen. Or if I'm really lucky, it'll be the image I need, but it'll be upside down and only the bottom half. So it's like I can barely make out really what it is. but at least I know that I'm either on the heating, the cooling, or just the fan, or if it's off. So I leave it on now. But weeks and weeks, a couple weeks, I think, of going with my APU not working, I pretty much leave everything unplugged with the exception of my internet, and every now and then I have to turn on my truck and get the batteries charged back up, because I don't like going under 12.5 volts on this thing. So, but I've noticed that within the last day or two, I'm having to start I'm having to start the truck more often. So I think that, it's just a drain on the battery. So I'm going to have them just check out the batteries too, to make sure that they're good. I'm sure once I get the APU fixed and it can do what it's supposed to do, I'll be fine, but it doesn't hurt to get it checked. One thing though is the load that brought me in, I went to a poultry place that I remember going to in my training, but I had never been there myself as far as I was driving, so I didn't know the procedures for going in and out and stuff. But they had overnight parking, thankfully, and I had 300 miles to get to it, and that place is only an hour away from Springfield, so it was perfect. I got paid pretty decently. I'm not gonna say prices of things that I got paid, but before last week's paycheck came in through this settlement, I was $3,000 something in debt, and then now I'm only $700, which means that the money that I pulled in on the truck this week before getting in here, they really worked me very well, and so I should be receiving an actual paycheck. I'll be completely out of that from the radiator issues, which took all my savings and everything, because I had to stay at Love's, or actually down at the Quality Inn down the street from that Love's, for a week, which took all my savings. Going up, buddy? He likes to be a part of the action sometimes. But anyways, I stayed overnight. The bathroom was open. Buddy could use the part outside to go to the bathroom when he needed to. And then the next day, while we were waiting, they would have us keep reparking, moving out of the way and stuff. And another truck driver recognized me, and I was like, that really cheered me up. So if you happen to be watching this, it was really nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hello. That really made my day. And hopefully, I don't think you had to stay there for very long. But anyways, I'm always surprised when someone recognizes me, because I don't really have, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not Slime Pack, or I think there's Miss Mother Trucker, Peruvian Trucker, all kinds of different truckers. Lyle from No Hippie Trucking, that are really big names, especially for Prime. And I'm just a nothing and a nobody. So it really makes my day when someone's like, hey, I watch your videos. I really appreciate that. And he just shakes. I got a Chihuahua, so they just shake. They're not always cold, you know what I mean? He's excited. There's a piece of cake right over there, and he knows it, and that's why he's shaking, because he wants it and he can't have it. But anyways, I called up the truck shop because I'm thinking, okay, I'll get my APU fixed tonight, and I'll be here for less time, a whole day less at least. And the soonest they could get me in is tomorrow at 11 p.m. So I'm okay. So I got to make sure to wake up early so that I can sit in line for a room for me and Buddy. Because last time when I was getting something fixed, we were walking around the grounds for hours. It was cold. I tried to bring him in, and he'd be too antsy. Someone else would have their dog. He does not like that. There'd be kids that would want to pet him because he's a cute little dog, but he don't like kids, and I'd have to be I'm sorry, he's not good with kids. And they'd be a little disappointed, because it's a cute little dog they want to pet. But look at him. He's a good boy. But anyways, I really am looking forward to getting the APU fixed, because I'm sitting here. I could be playing video games and stuff, but I have my TV and all of that unplugged. The only thing I have plugged in is my Wi-Fi, so I always have that going. But let's see, it's down to 12.7. So it's only been 9 minutes and it's down to 12.7, so it's starting to drain much quicker. Although normally I don't have all the lights on and stuff. I just have this on for the video. But hopefully I'll be on the road very soon. When you see this, I'll be on the road, because I'm not going to post this while I'm here. But I'm really looking forward to getting the APU fixed, because even though the heater works without the APU running, because the Thermo King guy that I talked to said that's on a different system. When I was in Texas and they did the air, that didn't work. And of course the fan isn't going to work. The fan doesn't work at all for it. The nice thing about the heat, it comes out from the bottom and then it all floats up because hot air rises, so it fills the cap. Maybe not as quickly as if the APU is working, but it does work. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and check in with you later after I get the APU fixed. Hopefully I can get a really good load getting out of here. Probably I'm gonna make sure to head into the hotter areas because as of now, and I believe today is the 12th, it's the 11th or the 12th, I can't remember right off the top of my head. There's supposed to be like 2 back-to-back winter storms coming, so those of you that are out there, when you're watching this, you're probably in it. Please be safe. You know, it's not worth your life to hurry up and get a load through there. I know you hear that from everybody, like the safety team and everybody out there, and I'm just one more voice saying, hey, it's not worth your life to just be driving in something that's unsafe. So take care of yourself. You come first. That's my opinion. So anyways, I'll see you in the next clip. I'm thinking I'm gonna try and make this like a 15-minute video or maybe a 25-minute video. But that's it for now. Y'all be safe. Editing Logan here. I forgot to mention, while I was at the poultry factory and I finally got my load was ready to go, you have the option of going over their scales, which is recommended to do because apparently this place is pretty notorious for overloading you. So I went over the scales, and the people that were sitting there waiting had to have thought like I was nuts or something, because I went over that scale literally like 5 times. The first 4 were just trying to get the tandem in the right hole to like get the weight distributed properly, and then when it was down between these 2 different holes and it didn't matter, it was just overweight. So I went ahead and went in and talked to them, and they went ahead and had me back into the first dock. They removed the last 2 pallets, and then I was good to go. I went back over those scales again, and everything was great. And then I went to go out, and because I've never been in or out of this place awake anyway, because again, I was in training when we went there, and I only woke up to go to the bathroom. It wasn't my turn to drive or anything. It was during my sleeping part of my trainer's shift. I didn't know that there's the 2 ways. You know, most gates have like 2. There's the in and then there's the out. Well, this one, the in is also the out. The other side is the in and out for like the live chickens and the live loads, their people. I didn't know that. So at first I pulled up and I wasn't sure. And then I saw some people going out the other side because there was a guy coming in where I was supposed to go out. And so I thought, well, maybe I'm not supposed to go there. I don't know. So I started going over, and that guy was like, hey, you got to come in here, you know. So I looked like a damn idiot, you know, because I had to back out of his way because he had to come in and go to the scales, and I was in his way. So I felt pretty dumb about that. But, I mean, I'll never forget it. I'll know next time for sure when I go back there, because I'm sure there will be a next time to go in and out of that same side. So I felt kind of like an idiot, especially going over the scale like 5 different times and getting the tandems in the right spot and stuff. So, you ready to go outside? Okay, well, I better take Buddy outside. He's looking pretty adamant. All right, I'll see you in the next clip. Okay, it is Thursday, February 13th. I'll probably be uploading this today or tomorrow. I got my truck in last night at 11 p.m. Earlier that day, I was able to secure a room for me and Buddy. Thankfully, I was allowed to have him in there. And it was really nice all night because they have a TV in there. You can hook up your PlayStation or whatever you want to hook up. So I was able to finally play some video games and stuff and just relax and make the day go by, because you gotta, I got that room at like 10:45 in the morning. That's when they start allowing people to come in. And then that night, I took my truck in, let them know what was going on. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the display was messing up as well. So they got that fixed, the APU fixed in like, I think 2 hours, but I was asleep. And so I woke up at like 5:30 this morning. I went ahead and got my truck, reparked it over here near the Millennial Building. And then I did 2 trips. I went and got all my stuff first, and then I went and got Buddy. He was fast asleep on the bed. He never even knew I came and went at all, like 2 times. And it's working great. Like, kind of like really extra well now. I kind of miss it. I can have my fridge on now. I can play some video games. I'm going to do that today. I was going to leave out today. I wanted to leave out the day that it got fixed, but I wasn't able to do my laundry yet because I have to wait for a paycheck. My laundry money that I had to use to top off a reefer unit before I could drop it off, because all the places leading up to the place that I went, they were out of network and they didn't take comm data. And so I had no choice, because this place requires you to have like 3/4 full or more. I had to use my laundry money for that, so I couldn't even do my laundry. So I'm waiting for my paycheck this week. Should be coming in at midnight, because I have it put on the comm data card for now. And then also I need groceries, because I haven't been able to have my refrigerator on until now. I couldn't fill it up with fresh foods, and I want to do that before I go on the road. And I figure this will be a good break, because I'm going to be going to Louisiana tentatively in April. And my plan is to go. My trainer invited me along. He has a buddy that is a bowler. I don't know if he's professional necessarily, but it's like kind of like up there, like they have competitions. He competes in them. So I'm going to go and then see a little bit of Louisiana. But I say tentatively because, if it just happens that I can't afford it, like if something else breaks, I'm screwed. And, April ain't that far away. So, but for the most part, I am going as far as I'm concerned. This paycheck should be pretty decent. Also, one other thing is, I don't know if any of you watching this watched any of my previous videos, but I did one a few videos ago where I think I titled it, "A Guy Claimed I Hit Him." And I reported it because you're supposed to. I reported immediately that, and I put in there that this person's claiming that I did this thing. I claim that I did not, which I didn't. And so that later that evening, for those of you who don't know, they take $500 deductible out of your paycheck automatically when you report something like that, even if you did nothing wrong. They just automatically take it in case they need to fix something, which there was nothing to fix because there was no damage, because I didn't touch his car. He was just mad that he wanted the lane that I was in, but I already talked about that. So I was told by someone who was on my case to call back in 30 days, because they'll get all the information that they need from the camera and everything. They'll go over it, and in 30 days, if they deem that I deserve the money back, there was no issue, they would credit me the money back. So the morning after the day I got in, that's right, I went ahead and called safety, and I tried to get through to the lady, but you really got to email them, and her little message gave the email. I wrote them what my case number is, my truck number, my name, my phone number, and why I was calling back. And then yesterday, while I was in the room, the bunkhouse room, I keep thinking the camera's over here, but it's over here. I got to get used to this. But anyways, while I was in the room, I got a message from them and an email back saying the same thing, that they've credited me back my $500. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be on this paycheck, because it was early enough in the day that would fit in this pay period, but maybe it's going to be on next week's. I don't know. I hope it's on this week's. It'll really be nice to add that extra cushion of the $500 to go towards my negative balance. I think it's only like $778 that I was in the hole. So, and I brought in over $4,000 on the truck. So that's all my bills for like this week's truck payment, and then whatever fuel and all the little things that come out. So I should have a nice little chunk there, so that I can get my laundry done and I can have fresh food in here before I leave, because I'm not going to take any more time off, no like rest days or anything like that, until April. So I am looking forward to that. I do need to get back into town though, but very briefly, just like a day, because I have my new contacts, which have an upgraded prescription so I can see even better, and I need to get more Buddy's insulin. And the only other thing I'm working on is my terrarium. I do have a terrarium on here that week that I was off at home when the APU broke, when I stayed in the hotel, I completely forgot about it. I don't know why I forgot about this, but I thought, well, to save my batteries, I'm going to turn off the heater because I'm not in here. Because the heater would work, it's just the rest of the APU that won't work. That was stupid because it got really cold and then everything in there froze and basically the plants died. Or they looked like they were died. They were all brown. And so I was looking at it today down there because I still had the isopods are in there just fine because they eat the dead vegetation. And the springtails are fine. Those are little dinky littles. But some of the plants are starting to turn green again, so I'm trying to see if I can't revive them and go from there. That way I don't have to worry about buying any more plants for it. Those ferns really exploded in there. But there's a little green, so maybe I can revive it yet. But the isopods, you know, the little bugs in there, they're fine. And I decided to tack that on the end because probably no one's here. But at this point, it's just me talking to myself. In the background, I got my video game I'm going to be playing. I'm just going to relax today, and then at midnight, wake up, see what gets deposited, and do my laundry. I should probably check and see when the Walmart here is open. Like when I don't know if it's a 24/7 place. I don't think it is. But I already have myself on the list for driver lineup so that I can get out by noon. Because I want to give myself enough time, because I don't know, I mean, if Walmart doesn't open until 9 to the public, then I want to have enough time to do everything I need to do and then get Buddy his soft food, because he really needs the softer food for the hour before his shot, because he always has his dry food, but he's not interested in that, except for through the day he'll pick at it a little bit if he needs to. So, I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Thanks for checking in on me. But yeah, the APU's fixed. Hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing else breaks down on me, so that I don't have to worry about any other weird expenses, so that I can build my savings back up and start with my debt-free plan path. So, I don't think I've gone into that in a video, but alright. See y'all later. Again, thanks for checking in, and drive safe out there.